sometimes being grateful can be challenging, right? Especially when life gives you a bad hand and things aren't going your way. And I guess what brought this up is because that has happened to me. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer of gratitude. I love gratitude. I do my daily gratitude practices where I list 10 different things I'm grateful for each day. And it's like this, even small things count. Like my boyfriend picked me up from work today, which, he does all the time. But, just being grateful for that. Being grateful like, oh, the bus arrived just when I got there. I didn't have to wait for it. Things like that, And it just makes such a difference, right? When we come from this place of gratitude instead of focusing on what we don't have, the scarcity and the lack thereof. But I know sometimes that can be hard. So this happened to me. I have had this ugly cyst on my chest, which is just right there, on my chest, by the cleavage. And it's small, but still noticeable. And I've had it for over a year now. And the doctor was like, oh, well, it's not cancerous. We did some ultrasounds and it's fine. And you don't have to do anything with it. If you do, it's a surgical procedure. You have to get surgery and stitches, 2-week recovery time. But he didn't recommend that. And of course, I was like, oh, well, how did I get this? Like, I've never had a cyst. And he didn't know why. These things just happen. And then he said, you're just unlucky. Okay. So anyways, I've been dealing with this thing for over a year until it gets infected. Got infected probably about 2 weeks ago. And it really hurt. So I got antibiotics for it. Took the antibiotics and saw the doctor. And the doctor was like, okay, well, I can't do anything about it now anyways because it's infected. So you got to let the infection clear up. And meanwhile, the cyst popped. And then the doctor looked at it and he actually squeezed what we thought was the cyst out. He got these tweezers and he squeezed it like a pimple. It was actually quite disgusting. But anyways, him and the nurse, they squeezed it out, showed it to me. Oh, do you want a picture? And I was like, no, thank you. But it was a relief, right? Because he's like, oh, I got it out. I got the cyst out, the sac. Here it is. Send it to the lab. Like, okay, you don't have to get surgery anymore, stitches or anything like that. And I was so excited, so relieved, especially because it happened just before Thanksgiving. And I was like, oh, I'm so grateful that I don't have this thing on me anymore. The cyst, it's gone. So happy. Okay, well, a few days later, I noticed that it's still really hard. And I'm like, this doesn't feel right. So the doctor got the results from the lab, and it's still there. What they squeezed out was what was inside the sac, this keratin debris. So I still have this thing. So the doctor says, okay, well, I'm going to have to perform surgery to get it out. And again, that you need stitches and that 2.5-week recovery time, which is hard because of what I do. I teach yoga, bar, and aerial yoga, and it's really hard for me to get 2.5 weeks off. Anyways, it was just very, if anything, disheartening because I thought I got rid of this thing without needing to get surgery and the whole 9 yards, and now it's still there. And again, the doctor just said, yeah, sorry, you're just unlucky. And I'm like thinking, yeah, I'm unlucky. And it's hard to be grateful for when these things happen, right? And yeah, so I was very disheartened. But the thing is, I had to just be like, okay, I have to accept this. This is what's happening. And yes, I'll get it removed at some stage. It's not important. The good things is it's not cancerous. So grateful it's not cancerous and I can deal with it at my own time, just whenever is convenient for me. But yeah, life goes on. It's just what I have to deal with. So I was really angry and upset when I heard this, but I'm just trying to see the positivity. Yes, grateful it's not cancerous. And yeah, as I said, I can just have it removed at my own time, but this is just what's the cards I've been given. And it's like you can either accept it and just deal with it, or yeah, you can be resentful and upset and angry, which I did feel like that. I won't lie when I first found out, but because I'm unlucky. But no, it's not the case. It's just what has happened, right? And at the end of the day, really first world problems. So that's what I'm dealing with. Still trying to keep the positivity up and just be grateful for, again, everything that I do have, and, trying to learn to love this cyst. I mean, I will get it removed when it's time. But, yeah, that's just kind of in my thing that I know sometimes it can be hard to be grateful, because I'm a big believer in gratitude, and sometimes it probably annoys people like, being grateful all the time. But I know it can be tough, but at the end of the day, it's always going to roll, especially, like at any time. The holiday season is coming up, and about giving, and also gratitude, and all the time gratitude. It's a game changer. Again, when we come from this place of gratitude and love, instead of focusing on the scarcity and lack thereof, it makes all the difference in the world. So focus on what you do have. And I find when you do, you'll find that there's so much to be grateful for, and that your life is quite full. So with that, I'm going to leave you. I got to actually go teach now. But thanks for listening. And if you want me to podcast about anything, please let me know. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.